Good morning. It is Tuesday, May the 7th. I'm Todd Duplantis. Welcome to HCCTV's Up to the Minute. We're live this morning from the HCCTV studios in downtown Houston. Good to have you with us. My co-host joining me from his house this morning. You know why? Because it's a big day today. We've got a number of graduation ceremonies kicking off for the spring. Today, as a matter of fact, Benji Escobar will be at the VAST graduation later, and he joins us live right now. Benji, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Todd. It's actually the Text Chase graduation.
That's, after I
We have
said
VAX
VAST,
later this week, though.
yeah,
Very
I'm
eventful
excited
week.
about all of them, but VAST is definitely one of our favorites. That's coming up on Friday. Today, though, same location, we have the Text Chase graduation, and I think we're all supposed to be there around 4. I know you're going to be there a lot
I'm going to be
earlier.
before there, yeah.
Yeah, before then. But the ceremony itself starts at what, 6 tonight?
Yeah, starts at 6 tonight. We're going to have a great event planned for you. I'm going to be directing the camera, so if you're there, say hi.
What is your role? But you're directing the cameras not only for the recording, which we'll show on HCCTV in the future, it'll be on social media, but we live stream it as well, don't we?
We do live stream it. It'll be available for all the family members who can assist. It'll be available live, and they can see it after if not.
Or anybody who'd like to watch it. It'll be live.
Yeah.
That's right, on the district's website. So we've got a big day ahead of us, a big show this morning because it's Tasty Tuesday, and then you've got a special guest coming up. But we want to thank everyone watching us this morning on Facebook Live and YouTube. We're here just about every morning when HCC is in session. We're going to have a couple of exceptions next week. We'll tell you about that in the future. Live at 10 a.m. But Benji, they can watch us anytime in social media and on HCCTV.
Yeah, we're live on Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston Community College District. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV, our own TV channel, where you can catch the rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
All right, Benji, we've got a guest that you're going to be talking to in just a few minutes. Terrence Corrigan is the director of HCC's Internal Audit Division, and May is Internal Audit Month. Good morning, Terry. Good to have you with us.
Good morning.
Yeah, so we're
very happy to be here.
Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing all about the Internal Audit Month. It sounds very serious, and I imagine it is for you guys because you got a lot of work to do. But this means a lot to the college, particularly, doesn't it?
It does, especially to the board and to the chancellor. We are their eyes and ears for risk management assurance.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing more about that in about 10 minutes. Benji will be right with you, so stand by. Okay, it is Tasty Tuesday, and we've got a guest who's joined us. He's one of our vendors here at HCC, and he owns a great catering company. George Haddad, founder and owner of the French Corner Catering, is our Tasty Tuesday guest. George, good to see you.
Good to be here. Good morning.
Now, we were talking before the show. You guys have a number of cafes across our district. You also cater a lot for HCC. We want to hear about the catering business, but our producer was talking to you about a restaurant you had on Holcomb. Tell us about your history of French Corner.
Well, my background is in marketing. My brother is my partner is in food and beverage. And we graduated from University of Houston in 1982. We worked for Sheraton Hotels for about 3 years. I was director of convention sales. And we elected to go we found the spot on 1020 Holcomb, the corner of Main and Holcomb. And it was a wonderful location, but we've never been in the restaurant business before, except being waiters in college. And we took that on, and it was a great shocker first because we never used to the back of the house, front of the house operation, payroll, food costs, the overhead, all that. So we had to learn that the hard way. And we realized that the walk-in business is not going to be enough to really support us. Grant you that we are only Monday through Friday, business hours, no night, no weekends. We're not your traditional restaurant. So we moved into catering. We started marketing ourselves to pharmaceutical companies, to universities, to medical schools, et cetera. And we came across that. And our first a great move we had a full page in the yellow pages, and it was back in the day $3,000. I lost sleep like for a week over that because I could not fathom that paying that much money to advertisement.
Yeah.
But as we did that, we took off from there, and with it 20 years. Meanwhile, we got to know ACC at 3100 Main. We called just about every admin person. Now you cannot do that, but back in the day, you could. You can go to the floors and visit them and give them the menu, give them our menu, and they give us a shot. And we realized that if you don't give great food, great service, and of course be competitive in your price, you cannot grow. And that's the business plan that we followed, and we are here today.
Well, you also credit being that you're a family business makes you stronger as well.
Absolutely. Hours were no clocks in our business. My phone would ring like midnight. I'll answer it. We're here at 4 o'clock in the morning. My brother, my sister, and now my kids, very much involved in it. Customer service to us is #1 priority, top priority. And we have a great team around us. We built a strong team. We have people who've been with us from day one, 38 years.
Wow.
Us here. From back, they're single, now they're grandparents, and they're still here, and they're still competitive, and they still want to bring the best to the table. And that's the business model we focus on. So our clients are very confident that when they call the French Corner, they're going to get more than their money's worth.
A number of our students, I've had a few of them on the show in our culinary program. They talk about wanting to start their own. They're entrepreneurs. They may want to go work for a restaurant to gain some experience, but their ultimate end goal is to really take off with a company like yours. And I know a lot of hours go in behind the scene, but what type of advice would you give to those students? Obviously, good customer service, longtime employees. What advice would you give to those students who are going through school right now and looking to get into this business?
Excellent question. I've been asked that question so many times. First and foremost is you have a vision and you are in love with what you do. If you don't love what you do, you will never succeed. And if you think about the money before the hard work, it will never work. The hard work brings money. And you're always trying to figure out, not to reinvent the wheel, but always minimize mistakes, because mistakes are very costly. Unhappy customer, food cost is out of whack, labor is a problem. So you have to really, when you find a good person to be on your team, he's a keeper, she's a keeper, you keep them, pay them, make them happy, and then they'll grow together and they'll make more money and more money. They'll make you money as well. As a team, you'll be scoring touchdowns every day.
A lot of our students now, I know you guys went into this and kind of sounded like you went into it with you and your brother, and you kind of learned as you went along. You had some background, marketing and food and beverage background, but you learned a lot of this as you go along. Would you suggest to students who are going to school now is to learn more about what happens behind the scenes? Because I do hear from a number of restaurateurs who say that a lot of companies go into business now, but they have no idea. They have an incredible menu, a great vision for the food, but they don't know the business aspect. How important it is for somebody to learn that business aspect before you launch your own restaurant?
Well, it's very important, but the love of what you do makes you eager to learn more and more as you go. And it's not like I learned today this only, but you are always in the midst of the marketing and the food recipes and quality, and you look at other winners and you want to emulate those winners as well. It's a never-ending story. Till today, we're still want to look and learn. And if we find a great restaurant, we visit that restaurant. We eat there. We try their menu. We look at their concept. We look what they do, and we see if anything we can take from that and apply it to what we do.
One final question. You pride yourself in fresh and high quality food and service. That's obviously a very important thing, because I know whenever we have you guys cater for us here at HCC, it's about quality and efficiency or consistency.
Yes.
You know, you understand, you're pleased with what you get, but how important is that?
It's the heart, and it's the heart of our operation. For example, my garde manger chef every day still goes to the produce market and sometimes we get tomatoes in season, the dirt's still on the tomato. You know, we look always he checks the produce we buy from produce companies. He checks the produce every day and make sure if it's not good, he sends it back. And he calls the owner. The owner of the produce company says, this is not acceptable. You cannot do this to me. You know, so all that in place. Our eggs, we crack them freshly every day. We never use liquid eggs. You know, our meats, our chicken, we try as much as possible to use, for example, organic chicken. I know the price is higher, but the taste is another level. And
well, you guys certainly knock it out of the park, I'll tell you that. And folks, they have cafes at the West Loop, A-Leaf, at our central campus, and the other one is at Colin College as well. And of course, incredible cafes to stop on by. We appreciate it. George Haddad, he is the founder and owner of the French Corner Catering, our Tasty Tuesday guest. George, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
All right. Benji, we are moving on now. I'm going to talk about Internal Audit Month and what it means to HCC and the importance of it. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, we're moving on to Terry Corrigan, Director of HCC's Internal Audit Division. Welcome to the show, Terry.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. And if you watch the board meetings, he's a very familiar face here. So let's begin by discussing positions of authority with HCC when it comes to audits. Can you tell us about those, please?
So most people don't realize, but internal audit is not required by any law or regulation that HCC have it. The board established internal audit, understanding that it's an important function, and they establish our authority in their bylaws and in their policy CDC. So we are perfectly positioned at HCC to preserve our independence and objectivity, exactly the way the standards for internal audit would want you to organize your internal audit function. We report functionally to the audit committee chair, and we report administratively to the chancellor. This ensures us that we will not be auditing a function or a department that we report to. So that's very important, because reporting to a department you're auditing could jeopardize your independence and objectivity in doing that review. So we are structured perfectly, and they have also granted us the authority to have access to all of HCC's information and employees in order to carry out our work.
Of course, of course. So I know at the beginning of that, you said that you're not required by law to do these audits, but do we do it for a sense of transparency and to see what's going on with the college? What would you say the reason we do it for?
So we are basically the eyes and ears of the board and to the chancellor for risk management assurance. And so we provide that assurance that our risks are being managed properly.
Okay. And if you could delve more into it. So what is really, well, I guess you could say, what exactly is an internal audit and what does it delve into?
Well, the internal audits can go into several different activities. So we can be doing compliance audits. We can do operational reviews where we're looking at operational processes, the adequacy and efficiency of operations. We can do advisory services where we provide advice on risk management. We do a lot of compliance with laws and regulation type reviews. And all these responsibilities are detailed in our charter that the board approves.
Well, that is a lot of responsibilities. Are there certain board approved activities that your team must undergo, would you say?
Well, yes, they expect us to cover all these things. So information technology, compliance with laws and regulations, fraud and fraud investigations, and operational reviews to make sure that our operations uh, are managing their risk.
Course. And a lot of people, when they hear auditing or audits, they think money. And you keep saying that it's all about also finding out things about efficiency, how we're doing on certain numbers, maybe like uh how many students are signing up for classes and how many are coming back and stuff like that, right?
Well, we can spend time verifying the information that's reported to the board
Hmm.
on student enrollment and activities of various operations. So we basically provide assurance that what's being reported to them is accurate and correct.
Okay. And here in my notes, I show that it says that auditing can be fun. So what makes an internal audit fun, would you say?
Well, internal auditing for the right type of person can be very fun. We supply support for and encourage our staff to obtain professional certifications and to maintain them. Some of them being certified internal auditor, certified information systems auditor, or maybe even a certified public accountant. But we do support other ones as well. But the thing that makes internal audit an action-packed adventure is that about 80% of our reviews are first-time audits or projects. And so you get to learn it from scratch. We have a systematic and disciplined approach that you can follow to research the audit topics you're going to do. And so you're constantly learning and going to training to be able to fulfill your assignments. And you're liable to be doing reporting to management at all levels, including the Chancellor's Executive Council members and possibly even talking to the board. So it's a pretty invigorating thing when you have access to those type of people and talk to those type of people.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're talking to the top officials of the school. I mean, that's and also, like I said, I'm the one directing the board meetings usually. So you're a very familiar face there at the board meetings when you present. Uh,
Yes.
so tell us about the internal audit plan focuses on the top HCC risks.
All right. So we work hand in hand with the Office of Risk Management. They own the enterprise risk management assessment process, and they have the tool that calculates the highest risk items. So we have over 230 risks that are in our register, our risk register.
Wow.
And we go and we interview 20 plus chief executive officers of HCC and Chancellor Executive Council members. And we also get board input. And we put all that information into our enterprise risk management model. And the model will calculate which items end up being our top 10 risks for the year. And this process is actually owned by the Enterprise Risk Management Office, but we work hand in hand with them to put those top 10 risks into our audit plan.
Okay. I mean, that is a very big process that has to go then. You said 250 um uh check marks or whatever you could say.
230 or more risk register items that we
Wow.
go
Wow.
through.
Yeah. So I keep hearing internal audit. Is there such a thing as external auditing?
There is indeed. And when you talk about external audit at HCC, you're normally talking about our financial auditor, and they audit our financial statements. They are a firm that we hire that is typically, it will be a CPA firm. And right now we're in the process of procuring a new external auditor to audit our financial statements. And that external auditor also does our single audit, which looks at our compliance with funds of grants from the federal government and the state, and make sure that we're in compliance with the laws and regulations for those grants. So they're focused on financial. We in internal audit are more focused on operational issues, fraud assessment, risk assessment, and governance.
Okay. And finally, I just kind of wanted to ask this question. So who audits the internal auditors? So like what is...
So I get asked that question all the time, and we're required to have a quality assurance improvement program by the standards for internal audit. And so as part of that, every 5 years, we are required to have an external auditor or peer from another college come in with that would be a internal audit function person and review our operations and our function, and they issue a report on whether or not we are meeting the standards for the professional practice of internal audit. So in the years that we don't have the external review done, we as part of our quality insurance program, we do a self audit on ourselves and try and make sure we are prepared for when that external audit comes in, and that we're going to meet the standards for the professional practice of internal audit.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Terrence Corrigan. He is the director of HCC's Internal Audit Division, and we'll have all of your info in our post after the show. So thank you so much for all that information and for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you both. We've got a few announcements to go through before we wrap up today's show. FAFSA Nights are coming. Yes, we know the new FAFSA application is a bit confusing. You know, it's actually seen news stories on this. Well, you can learn it in person. How do you fill it out? Make sure you do it right, because the financial aid department is holding these FAFSA education nights. 5 to 7 p.m. this coming Thursday, 9 p.m. It's various campuses across the district. Check our post after the show. If you have questions, this is the perfect place to go. And we've got a media art showcase and a mixer coming up, Benji.
Yeah, the spring student screenings, this end of semester public screening of student projects from the media arts programs include filmmaking, audio recording technology, and music business. This will take place May 11th, which is Saturday. The mixer starts at 6 p.m. and the showcase is at 7 p.m. at the HCC Northwest Spring Branch Performing Arts Center. Registration is not necessary, so check out our post after the show for more info.
And if you want to enter our music program, they're having music auditions. Students interested in furthering their musical education can attend student auditions to learn about the program, take the music theory placement exam, and meet the performing arts chair and faculty. They're also open admission, so it's open to high school, transfer, and new students. It's 9 a.m. to noon. Saturday, May the 18th. That is at the HCC Central Fine Arts Center. Check our post after the show for more information. Women Who Rock. What's that one all about, Benji?
Yeah, Women Who Rock or Women Who Rock. I don't know. United Way offering childcare scholarships. Are you a parent going back to school? United Way is offering a Women Who Rock scholarship opportunity, but it's not about music. Oh, there you go. It's for childcare. Check out our post after the show for more registration.
Okay. Put a pup in your step. It's almost time of year. Pep, put a pep. I'd rather do a pup, not a pep.
Yeah.
Pep's coming up. We all know about it. We all know it. We all love it. Make sure you do it this year. Deadlines 23-24. The deadlines must be acknowledged by June for any employee. June the 1st, the 9-month full-time faculty and part-time adjunct faculty, those are due. In June 30th, 10-month full-time faculty and full-time faculty and staff. Edmonds, everyone else, they're due then. Check our post after the show for more information. We've got registration going on, Benji, for summer and the fall right now.
Yeah, registration for fall semester has now officially started with regular and smaller semesters offered in a variety of programs. Like all of HCC's courses for the summer and fall, they are offered online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, in-person, and hybrid lab. To learn more about HCC program start dates and options to cover costs, please visit hccs.edu/apply. Again, if you missed it, that is hccs.edu/apply.
So tomorrow on the show, we're celebrating Asian American Pacific Islander Month, and as well as Good Works Wednesday. We've got a charity that's going to be joining us on the show, and they actually collect goods and donations to build wells, deliver wheelchairs to Vietnam. Pretty cool charity. We'll be talking to them tomorrow. And later for Thursday Family Fun Day, the Pacific War Museum will discuss the 1940s inspired tea party for Mother's Day with tea sandwiches, scones, and charming 1940s fashion show showcasing World War II trends. Tea sandwiches. That's the takeaway from this one, Benji. Have you ever had a tea sandwich?
I've never had a tea sandwich.
Cucumber?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trust me.
Just cucumber and bread.
It's I don't know. I think they put mayonnaise on it, maybe like jelly or something. I don't know.
Jelly, mayonnaise, and cucumber.
I mean, these are sandwiches that no one would normally eat.
Okay.
You wouldn't go to any restaurant in town and say, you know what, I think I want a tea sandwich. They're going to say, get out of here. You can learn about them. They're nice for tea parties whenever you have those. They're going to be on the show tomorrow, and we got a lot of others coming up. Benji, thanks for being here. We'll see you later today. We'll see all of you tomorrow live at 10 a.m. for Up to the Minute.